Hello everyone, this is Vidisha. Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to discuss something that is, I would not say very new, but something very raved about right now. So I present you this IPL treatment from Phillips right now, and I know most of you would already know about it, but for those who do not know what an IPL treatment is, it is kind of a permanent hair removal treatment with a device which sends intense pulse lights through your hair follicles and put them into sleep as they claim, and that means your hair does not regrow immediately. So this is kind of laser treatment, just the technology is a bit different and also the whole method is probably a bit different. So I recently started using it, and before using this one I used a couple of laser therapies as well. So I am here to make a short video on some of the FAQs, like the basic ones that you might want to know about this IPL treatment, and we are going to talk as I speak. So first of all, this is how the box looks like, and if you see, this is not the latest one. This is like the Phillips Lumea Advanced, and the latest one is probably Lumea Prestige. So the latest one, it costs around 450 pounds. So I did not wanted to take a chance, since this was my first time doing an IPL treatment, so I wanted to make it a bit cheaper. So I rather took the older version, which is this Lumea Advanced, and that is probably, it took me about 280 pounds, which is okay. Like, if it removes all my hair, it would be like the best investment I have ever made. Like, who can forget the struggles of waxing and everything else that we have to go through? And I am right now 3 months into using this. I do it every alternate week as they suggested initially, so that means I am already 6 treatments down in some areas. So I am going to talk about how it felt and everything else. First of all, I would go with unboxing this. I mean, it's not a real unboxing, I have unboxed it 3 months back, but just wanted to show what is inside that. So this is how the box looks like, and if I open the cover, it flips like this. And then oops, I think I broke the top foam base or some sort of stuff, which is this. I'm probably a bit nervous. Anyway, so that's how it stuck. That's how it was here, and then this is how the box looks like when you open it. So yeah, so first of all, you get this very heavy booklet. Like, it's how many, probably 100 pages, but I would suggest read this carefully, because this is not your usual waxing. So this involves some sort of intense light and heat and everything, so you should know all the guidelines that are in this book. I have read it carefully before I did it, and I would say that's one of the reasons why I never had any laser burns or any sort of thing. I don't know if they exist or not, but some of my friends were really scared of that. So please read this booklet. After you remove the booklet, this is how the device looks like inside it. So that's the device. It's already attached to one of the head, and then you have 2 more heads here. Like, so I'm gonna talk about them. So I would just take out the device. So this is how the device looks like. And the thing is, like, the new Lumea Prestige one is probably wireless, but this one has to be plugged into a power point through a wire in order to work. So this is the part where the plug goes. I will show you the plug in a bit, and this is their attachments. So if you see, recently I went through my upper lip, so that's why the face attachment is attached here. You see, there's a mark of face there, and I think this is not only just the smallest attachment, like in terms of its size, it's also a bit tinted. I guess so that if you can see it, I think so that the light does not harm you too much. And this is how the actual device looks like. And then you have 2 more attachments here. One for the larger parts of the body, like legs and everything else, and the second one is for your bikini area. This is the one. So if you see, there is a mark of a bikini area here, which by which you can easily distinguish that yes, this is what I need to use for smaller and bikini areas. And what I do, I use this not only for bikini areas, for other uneven areas like my knee and everything. So this is really helpful. So that's how the topmost part of it is there. And then if you lift the first flap where this IPL device stays, you would see there is another inlet. I don't know if you can see, it's really messy holding it like that, so I'm just gonna move this. So if you see, if you open the first part, there would be a few more stuff, like there would be the power plug that I was talking about. So what happens, this power plug actually goes inside the IPL device. Oh, I'm getting messy here. But it goes inside like this, and then this power plug you can you can put it in any of the sockets and this would start. Probably I would do that in my next video where I would show the application, and just let me know if you'd like to see anything else in the comment box below so that I know. Now the thing is, like, with that I get this bag which is for like easy storage, like if I travel or something. The funniest thing is, like, in last 3 months I did not do a longer travel where I would require my IPL device with me, so that's why this is still sealed in a bag. And with that I get two more things. I don't know, this is probably their warranty card, and then this is a smaller leaflet which says about an app, which is this Phillips Lumea. I would come about that app in my FAQs. So without further ado, I would start with the FAQs because this is all I wanted to show you. Now we would go with the 10 FAQs that you need to know about this IPL hair removal. So the first question everyone asks is, does it hurt? The point is, it depends on, that's what I have felt. It depends on how dark your hair follicles are, how good your shave is, and with some more parameters. So what happened initially, and also with one more thing, sorry, I missed to mention this, also with like what level you are doing it. So the thing is, like, when I started with the IPL treatment, my legs hurt like crazy, even with the setting 3, because I don't know, probably my hair follicles were like really black and dense, and if you know, I am a really hairy person, so that may be the reason. So initially it hurt a lot. Then now when I do it, like after I have had like probably 5 treatments so far in my legs, and now if I say, it doesn't hurt that much even with a setting of 5, but there are still some sensitive areas like the back of my thighs and everywhere where it hurts a lot. And when I say it hurts a lot, that does not compare to waxing or epilating. That's more like a rubber band flicking you. I know you may have heard that a lot of times, but it's probably the most appropriate representation. And like, when I say it hurts a bit more than the other settings, that means you can imagine it that your rubber band is getting more sharper and sharper. So that's how it feels. So it's definitely uncomfortable but not unbearable, and it does not anywhere near to the pain that you feel in waxing, or if you ever have done epilating. I am doing epilating for last 10 years or so, but I still feel a lot of pain and it's a nightmare for me. So IPL does not even compare to that. So I hope I answered the first question. So I would go into the next questions. So the next 2 questions are mostly related to the practical or the difference I experienced with laser and IPL. So obviously if you go to a salon and ask them what is the difference between this IPL treatment and the laser treatment, they would tell you a lot more things like, okay, the technology is different, maybe this or that is more efficient and everything else. Now the thing is, in my underarms I had started with laser, which I stopped in between and started with IPL for 2 reasons, and I would say like for the 2 differences that I felt between IPL and laser. So the first thing is that IPL you can do every 2 weeks, so it's not a lot of waiting to get to see yourself, what I would say, hair free, it's a lot easier, whereas in laser you have to wait at least 6 weeks. So 4 sessions in laser would take you like 24 weeks, and 4 sessions in IPL would take you 8 weeks, like 2 months. So I would always prefer IPL because that definitely gives you faster results. I don't know about efficiency, I would say they both are like similar, but in terms of faster results, I would always prefer IPL. So that was my second FAQ. Now the third again goes to the same thing, practical differences between IPL and laser. And the thing is that in IPL, you actually can wax. So it was a bit of shock when I went to my laser treatment, and what do you call them? The consultant told me that I cannot wax my hair for at least 4 weeks before the laser treatment, because otherwise the laser would not be as efficient. And that was a nightmare for me because I am the person who still waxes and I don't like to shave that much. And like, I would be honest, initially when I started with these things, I even had no idea how to shave the larger parts of my body, like my legs and everything. And initially I was doing just a dry shave, which was like really uncomfortable. And then where my husband pitched in, and he was really mortified to see me dry shaving. He said, "What are you doing? I mean, you have to do it with a shaving cream and those stuff." And then, but still, I would say I am not happy with the process in the transition phase, that if I shave today, the hair comes back tomorrow and I have to shave again. And I want my hair removal to at least stay between 1 weekend to the other, because I have a very busy schedule during the weekdays. So from that standpoint, I wouldn't say laser is a great treatment, because while I was doing it in my underarms, and like after 3-4 days of the first session, it came back, the hair, and I was really embarrassed most of the time in gym, because one day or the other I would forget to shave and it would look, you know what I mean. So that's why I prefer IPL, because even on a day or two before the IPL, you can wax. And I love waxing. I know it's painful, but sometimes pain is what you love. So yes, so that's why I would prefer IPL more. Now the third question would be, can it be done to your face? Yes, I had a bit of conservation on that fact, and initially I did not start with my face. So what I did is I did the IPL hair removal like at least for 3-4 times in my body, like the parts that I would not really bother too much if they have like 1 or 2 burn marks, but not on my face. So after 3-4 times of doing it, like I started with my leg and my Brazilian area, and after I did like 3-4 treatments, I increased the settings from 3 to 5 and nothing happened, like no burns or anything. Then I was a bit more confident to use it on my face, and recently, like probably 2 sessions back, like in a month back, I started with my face. So the first time I did it with a setting of 2, because I was still scared. I don't want any burn marks in this area. That would probably look like a mustache, a real one. So I did not do it at that time. So I started with 2 on the first one. Then the last one I started with a 3, and as of now nothing happened so far. Like when I say nothing happened, nothing harmful happened so far. About the growth of the hair, I did not see too much reduction in this area so far. There is definitely some reduction, but not too much. But that also depends on when you see it. And probably the next treatment that I'm going to do, which would be like next weekend, and I would try to do it with a 4, and soon I would probably do an update video how that goes. So that is my FAQ number 4. Okay, right now the fifth point, which is a bit of a probably a taboo subject, but I would speak of it anyway. So the question is, can it replace your Brazilian? That's a hard question, because every time you have to do IPL, it would definitely not immediately replace your Brazilian, because you still have to have that area clean shaven, and that's not a problem. That's not a problem for me. The bigger problem is for me, the IPL in the Brazilian area is more patchy, because I don't know, I have certain patches of dark skin there where it does not even work. The light just turns orange and it does not work at all. So that's why I think I probably would end up with a half bald Brazilian area, which is really weird. So do not rely on it fully to get your Brazilian area done. I think for Brazilian, I would say laser would be better. So that's my take. I mean, yeah, anyone can differ, anyone can have a better even skin tone. I don't have, so for me, no, not on the Brazilian area. It doesn't work that well, and I don't see too much reduction on the growth of the hair as well. So yep, no, not on that area. Next point, how long does it take for you to get hair free? Again, a hard question, because it depends. It probably depends on your skin tone and your hair color. They say the ideal skin tone is like when you are fair and your hair color is dark. So I initially regarded myself as the ideal, because that's the exact thing I have. I have fair skin tone, but my hair is really thick and dark. So on that standpoint, I started, and this is like after 3 months. I would probably show you some area of like how it happened. In legs, it worked quite well. I think I have just a line of hair growing every time, probably because in one part of my leg, probably because that part I did not wear that well, or I missed it or something like that. Other than that, like in 2 weeks, it remains to an extent hair free until I do the next treatment. This month I'm going to do it after a month, because I have already been doing it for 3 months. So let's see how that hair grows. But in some other areas, like in my underarms, because if you know, my underarms was really hairy and dark. No matter what I do, it used to remain in that condition. And even for my underarms, the weird part is that I probably have 3 or 4 hairs sprouting from one single hair follicle, which is really weird. But from that point until now, this is like I waxed my underarms a week 9 days ago, because last weekend I actually had done my IPL on the underarm, and this is how it looks like now, if you can see. I don't know if you can see, but I still have tiny specks of hair coming out, but it's not that bad. It's not that bad. And the other thing is, I definitely felt that my my underarms is a lot lighter than it used to be. I used to have a very dark skin there as well. I don't know how that happened. I still have those marks of the hair follicle here and there. I don't know if you can see. That's why I did not wax it so far. I'm gonna wax it today, but I just wanted to show you how it happens. So after 6 treatments, that is the condition. It's a lot better, but it's not completely hair free. I am hoping soon it would be completely hair free, because it goes into that direction, but I'm not there yet. I'm happy with my results, but I'm not there yet. The next point is, again, I think I already discussed, but I would just elaborate a bit further. Which of the skin and hair tones does it work? So as they say, if you have very fair skin and blonde hair, probably not. It can work, but chances are less. If you have a little more darker, like dark brown skin, it would work. If you dark brown hair on fair skin, it would work. If you have black hair on fair skin, it would work amazingly. And as the skin tone gets darker or the hair color gets lighter, its effectiveness reduces. And at some point they say that you can't even do it. I think that was somewhere in the manual. They had a very skin tonish chart. Yes, I found it. So that's the chart. I don't know if you can see on the slide. So there are like certain, I don't know if I'm pointing to the right direction. There are like certain hair skin tones and certain hair colors. Oh, I'm going the opposite way around. Yes, and certain hair colors on which it's not supposed to work. And when I say not supposed to work, it's not like yeah, it may work on my skin or on my hair, like it's worth a try. It doesn't work like that. What happens, like if your skin tone is darker than it normally senses, it has a sensor, and the same goes for if your hair, okay, I don't know the second part, if your hair follicle is lighter or your hair is lighter, what it does, I don't know that part. I never had that part practically because I don't have any light hair. But if your skin tone is darker than it suggests, it would stop working. When I say it would stop working, I would probably elaborate this in my next video. But the thing is, like when you use it and you put it on your skin and tap it, here a light is supposed to be lit, and usually the light is white, which means your skin is in good condition to work this IPL, and it would work, it would zap. But if it turns orange, I have had in some parts of my body, it would not work, it would not zap your skin, and the chances that if you try too hard, that would probably destroy this machine, or that's what they say in the leaflet. So the thing is, like if you have a very dark skin, I think first you check with their skin chart before investing your money, because chances are that it's not like it would do you any harm, but the chances are the machine would not work on the skin tones that are in here. It would not, I know. And again, like when I talked about like my Brazilian not working, my skin is not that dark, but it did not work, so I know it would not work. Next question, is it safe? Well, I am not a dermatologist, I'm not a doctor or anything, so I would not tell you on that aspect. But what I can tell you is, like in last 3 months I had started with like 1, 2, 3, 4, and for quite a long time, like probably from last 2 months, I am doing a setting 5 in some areas. And also, as I told you, I was initially skeptic on my face, but I did on my face as well, and nothing happened. So I would say it's safe for me, but you definitely need to check with the dermatologist. No, I don't think so. I think you need to patch test it before, and the patch testing and everything I would come into my next video. So if you would like to see how it goes, please subscribe to my channel, and I would make a follow-up video on how to use it, what you need to keep in mind, what you need to do, and also the process of patch testing. So just keep on watching. And okay, so the point is, like you have to patch test your skin before you actually use it. Don't be impatient. Patience always gets you good results, so just wait for it. Now the next thing is, how convenient is it? Very very convenient. It does not have any issues so far. It's not as much hurtful as you're waxing or epilating. And also the thing is that this one, I can do it anywhere. I can just sit on my bed and just zap. It takes me 10 minutes for legs, probably 5 minutes for hand, because I anyway have practically hair-free hands. Hey guys, sorry about the interruption. The battery of my camera died in between. So where was I? Yes, we were talking about how convenient it is. It is very convenient. I mean, you still have to wax or epilate or shave before it, which is probably the more inconvenient part. But as time goes, as your hair gets lighter and lighter in terms of thickness, in terms of growth, your epilation or waxing parts get less painful and less inconvenient. So that's also an add-on. And with that, this part is like really easy. As I was saying, I can sit at any corner of my house, and this is like really easy. It's a bit boring like when you cover the larger areas, but not too much. It's not too much. So for example, the largest area I have is my legs, so that works absolutely like completely in 10 to 15 minutes, so it's not too bad. Hands are like really easy, I'm anyways hair free, and underarms are like 30 seconds, and so the same goes for my upper lip. So in terms of that, it is very convenient, as I would say. Now the next point and the last question that may come to your mind, that is it worth the money? I would say yes, very much so. Like when we talk about money, the first thing is we would compare this with laser treatment, and I had my laser treatment even at a discount just for my underarms. It was like 300 pounds for 6 sessions, so this is a lot less. And if I had to go to like the full body, it would cost me somewhere about 1800 to 2000 pounds, which is a lot more than what I would expect. And this is just 280 pounds, and this works probably the same. I mean, like I had 3 sessions of laser in my underarms before I stopped that, because that's like a long wait, and I had to like move my schedule around a bit to go to the salon and do it. And the result that it had given me, I think probably the similar result the IPL had given me as well after 3 or 4 sessions of my underarms. So I am not unhappy. It was more like if I had to wait for the lasers, it would take me a year almost to get to the result I want, or the result I already have right now in 2 months in IPL, as I told earlier as well. So in that terms of, it is a great investment. Like it's just 280 pounds. Now if we talk about waxing or epilating, we still have to do that, but it's less uncomfortable, and like at some point we might not wax or epilate as much as we do initially or we do regularly. So if I calculate, my waxing session probably would take me about 70 to 80 pounds for my full body. So in that sense, it's like of the price of 4 waxing sessions, an IPL, like a permanent hair removal in 4 waxing sessions. So it is definitely worth the money. Now with that, I just realized there is one thing I definitely have to mention. So that's a bonus FAQ for this. That is like, you can download a Phillips Lumea app on your mobile through Play Store or the iPhone App Store, and that is really convenient in terms of not anything else. All the instructions and everything else you would anyways read on that 100-page manual, but still you have to remember your dates of IPL, because once you do an IPL in one area, you cannot do it for another 14 or 15 days. So what it does, you select as a particular area, like it has different sections like legs, hands, bikini, face and everything. You select that area you just mentioned when you did your first IPL treatment, and then it would store the next session of your IPL treatment, and it would give you a reminder on the date when you're supposed to have your next IPL treatment. And that has been really helpful for me, because I don't do my IPLs all at once, because that would be like really long and boring sessions. So what I do my bikini area and my underarms in the weekend. I do my legs somewhere in the midweek after I come back from work, and I do my face again like on Friday nights basically. It's so in that way it would have been really messier for me to remember all that information, like when to do what, and that thing this IPL app actually takes care of. So I think I am really happy with that as well. So that concludes my 10 FAQs about the IPL. While talking about them, I just realized I have a lot more information to share on this, because this has been a lifesaver for me. Even like I'm not completely hair free, but I know the differences. So in that sense, probably I would make another follow-up video with more FAQs on this. So feel free to subscribe my channel if you want to see that. Also if you want to add some more information, if you have some more questions to ask, please comment in the comment box below, and I would add them in my next FAQ video. Also at the end, please feel free to like, share and subscribe my channel. Also, if you do not like the video, please comment why you don't like it. That would help me upgrade or like better my content in future, because these are like the very preliminary videos that I'm making. So I would always like to help you in anything you want to know about IPL, and I guess that's it. So thanks everyone for watching. Bye bye.